Is there anybody that shouldn't use bath salts or salt baths?
No, there isn't a limit on anyone who shouldn't use it. The only thing that I would say is that most people are not open to trying or doing new things. So incorporating this for people, usually it's a personal choice. Not a lot of people are willing to get out of their comfort zone to heal. So this is a universal for anyone, but at the end of the day, it's a choice.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L. Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr., the one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems podcast where we talk solutions. And I'm here with my co-host, Rhonda L. Brown.
Hey, everybody.
And I have a second co-host, Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
And we have a special guest in the house today. We have Zakeba. Zakeba, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
Sounds good. My name is Zakeba. Hello, everyone. I am a holistic healer, and I work with people's day-to-day problems. I help deal with the three sicknesses of the world: dehydration, constipation, and sleep deprivation. And how I attend to those situations is I have a small business that sells salt baths, and the salt baths attack all three of those major issues. I also have a health program that I work with families on day to day that help improve their overall health. It's a lifestyle, and so when you work with me, it's very hard to go back to what you were doing before.
All right, so cool. So you mentioned bath salts. How did you get started in the bath salt business?
So originally, I wanted to have something to contribute to the world, something that I could use to help people. My mother is a healer as well. And I thought, why not find something that people should do every day or every other day? And bathing was one. Now, I thought about using soap, like a soap bar or um, hair product or something like that, but I was like, that doesn't make sense. And so I thought about a soak. Now, a friend of mine, Form Runner, had a formula that he had for set soap salt, and me and him talked behind closed doors, and I was like, what if could I incorporate that with my business? And me and him worked out formula soak solution, Evergreen Springs formula soak solution, and that's the basic for the four soap salt.
So, what are bath salts and why should we use them?
So bath salts are a mineral solution that has your you put into the tub, and it allows your body to absorb the minerals. If you were younger, when you take baths, you would notice that the water was very murky and gray, usually when you got out. That's because of reverse osmosis, I believe, or osmosis is when good things go into your body and bad things go out. So as the longer you stay in the tub, the dirtier it gets. That's because it's detoxifying through the skin. And when you add minerals and salts, your body naturally will absorb those minerals and push it to where it needs to in the body. It's very smart, very intelligent. And from that, it pushes out all of the bad stuff.
Okay. What are what are some of the things that bath salts help some of the health benefits from bath salts that they actually do when they're pushing the minerals out, like the osmosis
Mhm.
that you were just talking about. What are some of the benefits from that?
So using my salt bath, um, the premise and what it does is to heal the body. A lot of people go day to day in the negative. They don't eat the right foods. They don't um, drink the right fluids. They don't um, overall take good care of their body. So what my salt bath does is attend to the three sicknesses of the world. So with dehydration, using my salt bath, it when you take in salt helps your body hold on to water more. So in doing so, your body can work at a higher proficiency than if you were to take a regular water bath.
Hmm.
So the first thing it does is help hold on to water with the salt that it absorbs. Also, in doing so, salt helps kill fungus in the body. So a lot of people, for guys, the salt or fungus usually comes out as a smell. We can't really release or get rid of salt fungus easy, and usually it comes out of your pits. And guys have that musky outside smell. That's the fungus being evaporated through the skin. So when you take the bath, the salt and the minerals that come in are attacking any kind of fungus, disease that's in the body over long periods of time and attacks that. So that's the first thing, because the water and the salt does that. Second thing is it's going to allow your body to heal. So any internal injuries you have, the body is going to bring those minerals to help heal that part of the body. If you do football or basketball and you're very high energy, you run, you move, this will help recover you a lot faster. So it heals you on that aspect as well. And then after your body is done healing, naturally you're going to want to go to sleep. So after using this salt bath, it's going to allow you to fully relax and want to go to sleep. So it tackles that as well. So that's the three: uh, dehydration, constipation. Constipation is um, well, it's a lot of things, but using the salt bath, it helps keep your colon closed so that you can absorb any of the food that you've had. So it helps take care of that. And then sleep deprivation, you're going to go right to sleep right afterwards.
Is there anybody that shouldn't use bath salts or salt baths?
No, there isn't a limit on anyone who shouldn't use it. The only thing that I would say is that most people are not open to trying or doing new things. So incorporating this for people, usually it's a personal choice. Not a lot of people are willing to get out of their comfort zone to heal. So this is a universal for anyone, but at the end of the day, it's a choice.
So how often should they use them? Should it be once a week, twice a week, every day?
So many people in the world today, if they don't take care of themselves daily, are in the negative chronically. So I would recommend 3 to 4 times a week. That's going to allow your body, because your body naturally is always trying to be at 100%. Uh, when you start taking the salt bath, your body is going to start pulling the natural minerals it can from the water instead of from different areas, like some of your body. Like some people are very anemic, and so your body is slowly eating at itself to get those necessary minerals. um, people who are overweight are holding on to carbon dioxide. So that's going to help pull all of that out 3 to 4 times a week. And then once your body balances itself, 1 to 2 times a week.
Okay, so there's a lot of different bath salts on the market. Like, are bath salts classified as a drug, or what would you classify them as?
I wouldn't classify it as a drug, at least mine, because there are no chemical there are no chemicals in my salt bath. So depending on who has it or who creates their own salt bath, mine is not all natural, all in the environment. So personally, for me, I couldn't classify mine as a drug.
So what bath salts or what formulas that you have is best for healing?
What formula?
Like do you have like a special formula that you use? Like I have lavender, I have some type of something I
So
add to it.
yeah, so I have 4 let me get the ingredients. I have 4 simple salts that I use in my salt bath formula. And this is only unique to me. There's no other salt bath out there that can replicate or do what I do.
So you might not want to give your ingredients out, my brother.
Oh, I won't. No,
Okay.
I can give out my ingredients. It's
Okay.
on the label for a reason.
Okay.
I just have the how to make it.
Okay.
Is close to me. Now, the thing about it is because me and Form Runner only know how to make it, I'm protected. If you try to recreate what I have, you will harm people not knowing how to properly utilize the salt bath itself.
That's good to know.
Please, there's a disclaimer out there. Don't try this at home.
Okay, let's see. So it's sodium bicarbonate, sodium borate, pink Himalayan sea salt, and magnesium sulfate. So these are all simple ingredients that you can find at a health store or your local grocery store. But when you put them all together, it is a powerful healing solution.
And again, please don't try this at home.
So it's overall healing. So it heals everything. Like, let's say I'm stressed out, I can go on do a salt soak, and it'll relieve stress. Or
yes,
okay.
Stress is the #1 killer in the world, and so what this allows you to do is become stress-free. Stress is also usually located in organs of the body. I believe it is the liver and kidneys. Don't quote me on that. But in doing this will help alleviate stress from you.
Okay, so you mentioned form. The question that I have is, like, how important is having an accountability partner, a mentor, a coach, and why do you have one?
So there's this old saying that it takes a village to raise a child. Growing and making sure that you're able to strive in the world, you cannot do it by yourself. There have been tests and studies that show, like, when you take a cell out of the body and you put it in a petri dish by itself, it eventually goes erratic. But when it's with multiple cells, there's a unison. We are made to be around a community that helps each other's grow, that helps each other's weaknesses. This life is a journey that is your own, but is also meant to be shared with others. And if you have the right people in your corner, not only will you thrive because you're supposed to look out for yourself first, but you help others around you. So if you have the right mentors in your life, they will be able to teach, show where you can improve, and then step back and allow you yourself to actually listen and improve on yourself. So it is extremely important to find the right people, have them be in your life, and be willing to grow and share what you've learned. Because without that, we would not be able to be here today.
And so, do you monitor what other healers in your industry are doing, and when creating your products?
No, I don't have any competition. I don't label myself as having competitors or people who I monitor. The only people who I look at are my mentors who have been able to give me this information so that I can provide them out to you. I don't look, if I don't look outside of myself, there's no reason for me to. So I usually just look inside. If I can figure it out myself, I will.
There we go.
Early.
Okay. So is there one thing that makes your business run like just smooth? If you could think of one thing.
Diligence and discipline. I work a 9 to 5 for now. Eventually, I'm going to not be doing that. But in doing so, being able to discipline yourself in doing the things you need outside of work. You know, you come home, you're tired, but you have orders to fulfill, and you have other life things you're trying to achieve. And so, for me to do what I need to do, discipline is extremely necessary. Respecting myself, respecting my time, but also knowing to do something nice for yourself. Because life is, you're supposed to live in joy. And so trying to make it not so serious is also how I've been able to strive.
Okay, you mentioned you live in joy. How do you find balance between business life and personally your personal self? Just separating the two. How do you find balance?
Music, for one. I love music, and if I can play a good song throughout the day, play it once and I can have it repeat over and over. Definitely music. Doing random, at least for me, doing random things I enjoy. So like yesterday I went to a car show. Just randomly, I just saw ads and whatnot, took a picture, and then came back a few days later, and today or yesterday was the day. So I just went on a small drive and saw some cars, took pictures. I love animals, so you know, hanging out with any kind of animal I can when I have the ability. It's really more or less doing the things you enjoy. Granted, work might not always be something that you have fun doing, but having the ability to break away from that, like read a book while you're working, or talk to someone, a friend or family member that you haven't talked to in a while. Using that, I've been able to balance very well. And it's just been going up and up.
Hey, I really like that music one. I just found some jazz. I found some jazz R&B remakes, man, and I've been on them.
Hmm.
Oh man, they beautiful, man. But anyway,
Hey, them Corvettes was hot too.
eh,
Woo, them Corvettes was hot out there. Boy, I saw you, boy. Them
eh,
Corvettes was crazy.
Hmm.
hey, look. So we're gonna go into what we call rapid fire questions, and we want you to answer with just maybe 20-second type answers. All right.
Okay.
So the first one is, what's your why, and why you do what you do? What it is that make you do what you do?
I don't have an answer because I just am living in the moment, and helping people is just my nature.
Were there times you thought it wouldn't work?
Many, but I play a lot of video games, and eventually you overcome.
Okay, Zakeba, you real young. What are some of the most important things you learned to this point in your life?
Have principles, respect your elders, and learn to properly communicate.
All right. If you can go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
I don't know. That's so far from me now because at this moment I'm just living life. I would say communicate, communicate.
Okay, if you could sit and have a conversation with somebody dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I would just talk to my parents because I admire them so much. I wouldn't be here without them. Or my grandparents. I love talking to my grandparents too. So it would be my family and just talking how I talk to you guys, just normal talk.
Okay, so if you could recommend any book, what would it be and why?
Hmm, a book. I would recommend a picture book. I like picture books because it allows me to see a vision that someone has created and see and use those things to improve my life.
All right. People always say we should save money to invest. What's some type of things you invest in?
I invest in my time. So spending time on me. I'm also learning to get into real estate, improving my marketing for my health, my salt bath business, and family.
What is your best tip for making our community a better place?
Being diligent, being open minded, and not being afraid to change.
How do you celebrate your wins?
Usually with tequila, and, and then with some good music, dancing, and or a drive.
All right, we come to the end. Last but not least, how can the people find you?
If you're trying to look for me personally, if you just look up Zakeba, I'm populated all over Google. So I have a whole bunch of social media. I have Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. If you're trying to find Etsy, evergreensprings.com or .co. And then Etsy itself is just Evergreen Springs. Um, and yeah, that's how you can find me.
All right, cool. So before we end it out, what's one last word you want to leave the people with?
If you're really trying to change, if you're really trying to improve on yourself, to help yourself, and in doing so, you're able to help those around you. Take that first step. It doesn't have to be much. You don't have to go far, but if you're willing to change one thing about yourself to have a better tomorrow, start today.
All right, cool. Rhonda, you have anything you want to leave the people with?
Um, if you don't listen to anything else, listen to your body because it will tell you exactly what you need.
All right, cool, good stuff. How about you, Trash? What you got for the people?
Man, I'm so excited we got a chance to do this interview. Zakeba been doing work for years, getting better and really bringing this product to life. So just being able to see this bath salt, being able to be available for the people to actually do the work of healing is really important. Y'all should really, really tap in with this brother and make sure y'all have y'all some bath salt in your house. It'll definitely change your life. So I'm really proud of you, bro. I'm thankful that you came to do this interview for us. This is a special one for me. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yep, and I just want to say thank you for coming out as well. I will definitely reach out and get me some salt baths to where we can implement that in our household. So for the people out there, you guys get with Zakeba. You can find him. Just Google search Zakeba, and he'll pop up. Hey, you guys, I just want to tell you guys, we have problems. but we also have solutions, and we out.
Peace.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.